What's up, everybody? It's Soren here on Unique Access, and today we're joined by J-Ro from the Licks. Thanks for coming through, sir.
What up? Thanks for having me.
Yes. So, obviously, you have a rich and a vast and varied history in the game, and one of the things that I wanted to get from you is explaining in the beginning and the genesis of the Licks coming together and coming out with the Trifling album and everything on King T's album.
Mm-hmm.
What do you remember about what made you guys work so well and fit in so well back in that era with King T and with what he was doing?
Man, because we were liver mates. I like to say, we were just hanging out, having fun, man, drinking, going to parties, doing parties. Because if you go back, King T was my DJ at first. He was a bad DJ, 14 years old. And we were just teenagers, man, doing parties. A guy named Scotty D scooped us up. DJ Pooh was in the mix. And next thing you know, I was at school one day. I was coming home, driving home from school, and I heard King T's his song on the radio. Wow, that's the song you just recorded. Boom. First single out, Payback's a Mother. And he just started doing stuff from there. And then when I met Swift and Tash, we just were just family, went to family from there. So those songs like I Got It Bad and Bust That Ass, and when we did the first album, it was just a continuation. It was like we finally got to show people what we had been doing since the 80s, kind of. So that's why it fit. It fits so good.
And then King T, obviously coming from Compton and everything, and the explosion, better have a gun and everything, but he wasn't a gangster rapper, but he came up from Compton and around that era. So how do you think you guys and King T were kind of able to carve out your own lane and still be successful in the midst of the gangster rap dominance that still continues in LA to today?
Right. I mean, we showed people how to balance it. We all know where we from, but we was straight up hip hop. We wanted to display our lyrics. We wanted to have people in awe over stuff we were saying and the styles we were using. And the breaks we were finding and rapping over.
Yeah, you were sampling PSK even.
You know what I mean? Big influence.
Schoolie D.
Yeah. So that was our intention, like to show people what real hip hop was. And King T came in under a more of a gangster umbrella than we did. So he had to show that, but he was letting you know that he was nothing to play with on the mic. Go back to the first album, the coolest, you know what I mean? It'll let you know.
Absolutely. Well, the cover also kind of paints a picture of that as well.
Right.
Most people weren't having shotguns.
He's just getting out of the Cadillac with a shotgun with a Dickie suit on, but he was just on his way to the studio to make a song.
Right. Just like most people at the time.
Yeah, just like most people. I tell people that all the time. Back, I taught in a university in Sweden, a hip hop course, and I always say to people, "What is hip hop to you?" We all have our own version. So then at the end of the course, I explained to them what hip hop is to me, and I always explained to them it was making it home. So the whole day before going to the party, all that was based on how am I gonna get home? Because it was like, okay, it's over there, you can't wear that over there.
Right.
First of all, maybe we can't bring him because he's, maybe you should ride with somebody else. Do we gotta bring a gun or not, or whatever? How we getting back? Can't drive your car because we might break down or something. My mom let me use her car. All right, so that was all preparation
So
about
putting in a lot of work.
Getting home. How are we gonna get home? The party and all that was just, that we could do that with our eyes closed. But now, they don't have to go through that. We went through that. There was no safe hip hop parties back
Right.
then. You know, it didn't exist. Now you got bouncers and security and rules and stuff. So guys are lucky.
Yeah, because I remember, I grew up in Maryland. We would have our house parties, but then I remember, Dub C made songs about the house parties out here and different things, and it just seemed like a much different, higher stakes game just going to a party.
Right. So getting home, getting out that Cadillac with that shotgun was just that was a King T thing. It's how we made it home every time.
Gotcha. And now, given King T's work, your work, and then the extended Liquid crew and Liquid family, like, what do you think, looking back, was the beauty of what you guys brought to the rap game?
Man, just having fun, man. Not taking things so seriously, and having a message, but just having fun with it. We just wanted to show people that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, all the cliche stuff, without actually saying it,
Right.
So, none of us live perfect lives or nothing like that, but we grew up, and at that time we were just having fun, man, and we weren't out to try to hurt nobody or nothing like that, but we were just really dedicated to good lyrics.
Right. And I think too, at the time, and I know we discussed this back in the day when I was interviewing you guys at the time, but I always thought it was good in a subtle way that obviously you had a lot of samples that were from the East Coast, but during the Beef era, you guys worked with Diamond D, or you worked, with Old Dirty Bastard and stuff, and these were, singles and stuff. They weren't like obscure songs of yours. So how do you think that kind of maybe got overlooked by what you guys were doing, or like what do you think was the perception of doing a song with a Diamond D, a Next Level, or doing a song with an Old Dirty Bastard?
Yeah, we just felt that was very important, because I never looked at someone from New York is different than me, or someone from Houston is different than me. So I felt that was very important for us to work with people from different places, and especially from where it started. So even during the beef, the East Coast West Coast beef, we were flying to New York. We didn't see nobody from out here, and I remember us talking about it then. Like, we were saying we have to do this. Some people were like, you guys flying out there, you crazy. Like, we have to, because if we don't, it's just beef then. So we got out there, we on the radio, all that. We from LA, man. We ain't got no problems with y'all. It held true. It was a time when the only West Coast artist they played in New York was Snoop Dogg and the Licks. We wasn't happy about that, but we had to go out there and be in their face, like, hey, we out here, man. This is nothing. This is hip hop. Whoever want to be on that, go ahead. We're not with that. So we, a lot of the New York groups gravitated towards us, that we're still like brothers to this day, brothers and sisters, because they wasn't with it either. That was a very few people. It was very media driven, and it was a beef, but it was very few people, and then it just spilled out into the fans more than the artists. So.
Yeah, because I remember even, being in college and stuff, and like when Liquidation was coming out and you guys did a show at Howard or right near Howard, and I went to that, and then, I ran into you guys out in the street, and I was just talking to you. I hadn't started writing really, or barely, and basically I just remember being so happy that you guys were getting so much love. It was like right by U Street in DC, for those that know, by Howard, but like everybody was just like, oh man, it's the Licks, and everybody was like chopping it up with you guys, and I just remember feeling like, man, this is what it was supposed to be about, because that's what the music's for. It's like bringing people together, and
That's right. We had to come back and report. Yeah, it's cool out there. Y'all can go. You can go to Maryland. It's cool, because Cause we had a time of our lives when, and we'd come back home, people like, man, I ain't going out there. We just got back. Should go, man. So, you know, I hope it helps some people, you know, just overcome that.